there, and welcome to Fan Fanatic. I'm your host. I'm Jennifer Kairis. I will be hosting Fan Fanatic for you every Tuesday at 7 p.m. So make sure you tune in. And since this is my first show, it is the most epic because we have the greatest guest for you tonight. I would like to present to you guest number one, Kirameku, all the way from Germany, ladies and gentlemen. Kira, say hi.
Hi out there.
And of course, we have the beautiful and sexy Paige Belmont, gamer girl extraordinaires. Paige, say hello.
Hello.
Great, ladies. Thank you so much for being here on my first show ever. So I hope that, we rock it out. So let's do this. All right, I'm going to go into my first question. So my first question is for Kira. Kira, I want you to tell us exactly where you're from and just a little bit about yourself.
Well, yes, I'm from Germany, like you said. And I'm from the town called Leipzig, if you know it. It's like northeast from Germany. And I'm 19 years old, and since this year I'm a music collegian, so which means I'm into music really much. I'm playing the violin since 15 years, if that is somehow important, I don't know. It's the most about me, I have to say. So, yeah.
It's important. All right, and Paige. Thank you for being here. Paige, just tell us where you're from, a little bit about yourself.
I am 27 years old, and I live in Philadelphia, PA. I've lived here my whole life, and I grew up collecting video games and arcades, literally from the day I was born.
From the day you were born. So you were pretty much born with a controller in your hand, right?
I was born into a house that had a Frogger arcade in it. And I grew up with an Altered Beast arcade in my bedroom. So I'm in pretty deep.
That sounds awesome. Hey, it's right up everyone's alley here. So Kira, what is your real name, Kirameku?
And my real name is Maria Piechmann. So,
Maria.
Yeah.
And why did you decide to go with the name Kirameku? What is that? Like, where is it from?
Well, that's a kind of awkward story because it starts when I was just 12 years old and kind of new to the internet.
We love awkward stories, so go ahead.
Okay. No, a friend talked me into an online game which was called Wolfpack. It's not a big deal, it's just you get your wolf and you can name it and train it, and that's just all. And I actually wanted it to have a really cool name, and I just typed in various German words in a translation program and look which would be kind of cool. I don't know exactly how I ended up with Kirameku. It means like twinkling or shining, if you know it. It's Japanese.
Yes.
And yeah, I liked it, I got used to it, and so I stick to this name. Even some friends of mine just call me like Kira and say, yeah, if I call you Maria, it's just too strange.
So. It's weird to them.
Yes.
Well, that's great. You shine bright like a diamond, so there you go. So when did you start cosplaying, Kira?
Yeah, that was in 2008 when I remember, yes. It wasn't like I did know someone who was into the scene already. I just had one single friend in school who was into anime and manga at this time. And yeah, but she used to show me some things, and she also showed me some pictures of cosplayers, and I thought, damn, this is just so amazing, I want to do it by myself, because it's always like that. If I see something really, really cool, I just want to do it myself, like kind of everybody's like that, I guess.
Yeah.
And so at this time I was not really into sewing, and so I just didn't know how. And so I had to buy me my first cosplay on eBay, which was kind of awkward, but everyone starts little, I guess.
Oh, I am the same way. My very first cosplay, I bought a black t-shirt and black shorts, and I bought everything, and I just put it all together, and I made a Laura Croft costume. So everyone starts somewhere, and I sew now, but I'm still learning the different techniques. So do you now make all of your own costumes? Like, are you able to sew now and do everything yourself?
Yeah, well, I will not lie. So I buy some of them, but they were my first ones, like I said. But after I got my own machine, I used to make them all by myself. But for example, if my cosplay character wears a green skirt and a perfect skirt on eBay, I just would buy it if it's not too expensive. I don't have a problem I don't see a problem in there adding things that I buy it if it's not necessary to make them by myself. So
the end result is what's fun, right?
yes.
Very nice, very nice. And so I've been on your Facebook page, and your Handsome Jack cosplay is amazing. And to be honest, it was the first picture I saw of you, and I thought you were a boy because your Handsome Jack was so good. Like, I was like, oh my God, and I don't mean this in a bad way. I was just like, oh my God, like, that's a girl. That's so, like, you did such a good job. So tell us about that costume. Like, why did you choose Handsome Jack instead of, like, the Siren or, one of the girl characters?
Yeah, well, I just, I love Borderlands, which is nothing new. I love everything, the music, all the characters. There's not a single one that I don't like. But on top of that, there's Handsome Jack. He's just my favorite character. And if I could, I would marry him. Yes. No. Yes, because I just love his character. His sense of humor is so, I don't know, different, and I really like it. I'm enjoying playing this game just because of his sentences. He's echoing me. Yeah.
So are you still playing Borderlands?
Yes, if I'm playing it, or?
Are you still playing? Like, do you just go back? Like, once you finish the game, do you go back and play, or?
I always play it. Like, if I'm in the mood, I play it since a year by now. I guess it's almost a year now.
Oh.
It's always there again.
Yeah. No, I love Borderlands. I love Borderlands and Borderlands 2 and all that. That was really fun. So, having said that, Paige, do you play Borderlands at all?
I don't. I'm a little bit more into like the JRPG genre, and I am really big into retro gaming. So I spend a lot of my time on like Super Nintendo. Because in my mind, it's still like 1991. It's going strong.
And it only matters what you think. So if you're still 1991, then you play your Super Nintendo all day long, girl.
Yeah, I'll put on, acid wash jeans and throw up a side ponytail and just kick it old school.
Hilarious.
All day.
So Kira's favorite game is Borderlands. What is your favorite game on the Super Nintendo?
Super Nintendo is probably going to be, it's either a toss-up between Super Castlevania 4 or Tales of Fantasia.
Oh,
which
wow, you
was
are keeping it retro old school. I
am. I spend a lot of time.
Those games in like a minute. So
yeah. Or there's always a Link to the Past. That's always a good one too. I could just keep going.
Well,
all of them.
Your super ultimate favorite. So it's one of those.
Yeah, super ultimate favorite is probably going to be Castlevania 4 on. That's like my white whale. I've never been able to complete it. So I'm always grinding on it. Castlevania games are hard.
I'll never be able to finish it. I just keep playing it. Never be able to finish it.
One day.
What?
One day.
I know. Kira, what other games do you like to play?
Well, I'm really I love Fallout, if you know it, or the Fallout series. But or just the 3 and the New Vegas, so the new ones you can play on PlayStation. I really love them. It's also an RPG, you can call it, but with shooter elements. It's really a good mix-up, I think. And yeah, I also really love Mass Effect, the whole series from 1 to 3. It's so cute and, I don't know, dramatic, and all the fears and emotions. It's just great. And I like the aliens. They're cute.
What was your first video game you ever played, Kira?
I think this was Pokemon. Yeah, Pokemon was my first game on my Game Boy when I was in primary school. How is it called? Grundschule? My first school I had to attend.
Very cool. And Paige, what was your first video game ever?
This is a question that I've never been able to answer. I grew up, like I said, there was a Frogger arcade in my house when I was born. My dad was a huge collector. So by time I was like old enough to remember games, I had been around them my whole life. I'm talking Intellivision, Vectrex, Atari 2600, but I think the first one I remember playing clearly, like by myself, was Commodore 64.
Oh.
And I had played Rags to Riches on there, which is a fun game where you're a hobo and you have to drink alcohol to sell the bottles for money and try and make a fortune. Clearly, this is a game every 7-year-old girl should be playing.
Yeah, it's like the LA game or something.
Yeah.
It's like the street corner down there in LA, really.
Yeah. But yeah, that's my earliest gaming memory. So we'll go with the Commodore 64 as my introduction.
Okay, and so you said that the Super Nintendo is your favorite console, you would say?
I don't like the word favorite. I don't like to choose favorites. I'm serious. Like
We're trying to determine you. Come on.
I have you'll spend all day. Like I literally I have never put myself in a camp. Like especially now with like next generation, everybody's like, oh, are you Sony? Are you Xbox? I'm like, I'm gonna get both, and I have a Wii U, so like I'm a collector. I'm a collector.
Yeah, I do the same thing. I have a Wii. I have a PlayStation. The PlayStation 3, PlayStation, I have like all of my systems hooked up to this one TV, and it just depends on what mood you're in, right?
Yeah, and I have a big collection of retro consoles hooked up at all times. I have like an NES, an SNES, a Genesis, a Sega Master System, a 3DO, a TurboGrafx. But if I had to get down to it, I would say I have the biggest soft spot for the TurboGrafx. It never got a lot of love. It's one of those like cult classics, if you will, but it has a really great library of shoot 'em ups, and shoot 'em ups never get old. They're so good. They're so good.
Yes,
so
I
agree.
agree with that. Very cool. All right. Let's see. Kira, do you have like a Wii? Do you have a PlayStation? Do you have an Xbox? Do you have a favorite one that you like to play on?
Yeah, well, definitely my PlayStation 3, I would say. Because I like the graphics. Yes, I like it if it looks great. I don't know. But I also have my Nintendo 64 and my PlayStation 2 all together. I could never throw them away or something like that. It just, no.
Yeah, if it still works, why throw it away? That's silly, right?
Yes, because it works and it's amazing to play old games. Like you said, Paige. It's just you feel like when you play, you feel like your little one when you were playing it.
Yeah, you feel like a kid again. You don't have to worry about work or bills. Like all you have to do is get to the next level.
Right. And it's funny too. I was playing. I believe it was like Super Mario: The Lost Levels or something that you can only get on like Wii. It's like only from Japan. And the funny thing is, I was playing it, and you're so acclimated to the newer games, so you can like save and pause. But on those games, I remember playing like, I can't pause this. Like, how did I ever play when I was like 8 years old? And like, would I just play for like hours? That's because there's no save. So every time you died, you went all the way back to the very beginning of the level, or if you shut it off, you go all the way back to the very beginning.
Right.
So, like, my childhood was spent in just repetitive Super Mario Land, duck hunting, and yeah, so I find that very interesting. That it's just like how gaming has changed so much, you know?
Oh, it's evolved by leaps and bounds.
Mm-hmm. Do either of you play any online games? Kira, do you play online like League of Legends or World of Warcraft, that kind of stuff?
Well, not at the moment because I don't have a PC right now. I just have my laptop and it's just not working, but I used to play World of Warcraft for some time, but not on the real servers, just on fun servers. So yeah, it was fun with friends. It's always cool.
Yeah, you get your team and your guild together and you're good. And you, Paige, do you play any online?
No, I was an old Final Fantasy 11 player for a little while, but it was never something I got super into. I like kind of like ducking my head down for like 4 days and playing through an RPG by myself and like closing myself off from society. Because it really, that's really where I like to go.
Hey, there.
It's my happy place.
So, okay, besides all this gaming stuff, like what other hobbies do you guys have? Like Kira, you like to cosplay and you play video games. What else do you like to do like for fun and on the side? And
Yeah, if I don't mention my music again, I guess there is just left my drawing. I like to draw. I'm not too good at it, but I try. And it's just
say that. I've seen some of your work and it's great. Like, what do you like to draw the most?
Well, the most time I draw some fan arts from games I like or things I like, or I don't know, or original characters from a friend of mine, which we used to, I don't know, tell us stories and just draw pictures of it. It's kind of fun because it's not just, I don't know, if you have an idea, you can just bring it on paper and that's amazing. It's like a goddamn power, I guess. So yeah.
That's very cool. And your music, like you can talk about your music. What are you doing with your music?
Yeah, well, I'm playing the violin and I plan it to make my work later. So I'm studying it. But I also have to play piano and I have a guitar. I really love it. It's my Ibanez and it's shiny and fun. And yes, I'm also singing, for example. I'm taking lessons, so I really love music. So
wow. So you're quite busy. So now you sew, you sing, you play the guitar, the piano, all these instruments, and you draw. So you're like the epic girl of Germany proportions. This is so great.
Oh, no. Thank you, but no, it's not like that because, for example, the drawing, it's not that good, I would say. It's just, I do it for fun. If I have lessons, for example, and I'm bored, I just get started with drawing or things.
And I think don't worry, no, I think your drawing's great. Paige, besides all your epic gaming consoles that you have, what else do you like to do? Do you have any other, like, do you cosplay at all? Do you read books? What else do you do?
I do. I don't cosplay. I want to, and I have plans to. And I've done like I did a Shina Fujibayashi cosplay last year for a small convention near here from Tales of Symphonia. Mm-hmm. But it's not something that I would say is one of my hobbies right now. Stay tuned. But I collect Star Wars everything. I love Star Wars.
I did see that on your page, yes.
Yeah, if anybody follows me on Twitter, I go as Darth Paige on Twitter. I'm an aspiring Sith Lord. I'm working on learning the Force. It's kind of hard because, you know, all the Jedi were eradicated. Yeah. But so I collect Star Wars memorabilia. I read manga. I watch anime. I don't make music, but I like music. I'm my fiance's. Yeah, I like music, but my fiance's a music producer, so I like kind of the engineering side of it, like learning the different programs that he uses. I collect arcades.
You collect arcades?
Yeah, I have a Dance Dance Revolution arcade in my dining room, along with Burger Time, Super Zaxxon, Altered Beast. What else do I have? Oh, Pango. I have Pango. And I have a Wheel of Fortune arcade. It was like something I bought it for like $60 at a yard sale.
You could like charge people admission to your house. You know that, right?
I do. I am an aunt. I have a niece and nephew who are 10 and 11, and they like write school reports on going to Aunt Paige's house. So I think that that's pretty cool. But like I said, growing up, I had 22 arcades in my house. I had an Altered Beast arcade in my bedroom. And like it was all very normal for me. So as an adult, when I moved out and I had my own place, like I had arcades. And I met my fiance and we're moving together, and he's like, well, we don't have room for these. And I'm like, well, just put them in the dining room. Like, isn't that where your arcades go?
You can eat and dance at the same time. So
Yes, burn those calories.
Yeah.
That's part of our regimen.
Now, Kira, do you have Dance Revolution in Germany? Like, did the sensation make it all the way out there too, or?
Well, we have the game, if we have that.
Yeah, do you have the game Dance Revolution in like arcades and stuff?
Yeah, well, I don't have it. I played something like that. It's called DDR in German.
Yeah, oh,
but
yeah, no, that's it.
Oh, okay, yeah, then, yeah, you're right. Yes, I'm getting it. Damn.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, but I was so bad at it. I just stood there and was like, oh my god, what do I have to do? Oh my god, where's my feet? Where's my feet? Where's my other feet? It was just...
It takes some skill to be able to dance on those things with the arrows and then it's going.
Yeah.
It's just,
You could either hurt yourself or be awesome. All right, well, let's touch back on the little cosplay stuff there. So, Paige, you said you would like to cosplay more and that you have plans to. So, is there anything that you can tell us, like, what the plans are, or is that a secret that you're planning to reveal in some?
No, it's not a secret. It's just right now, for the past 3 years, I've been running a small business, a software development company with my fiance, which is cool because we work from home, but it sucks because we work all the time. So it's something I just haven't had the time for.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't have any solid plans. I'm hoping in the next year or so, as our schedule opens up, I'll be able to attend more conventions, and with that, I'll go and plan costumes for where I'm going and what I'm going to do. Probably a lot of Star Wars related stuff, because I kind of like Star Wars.
Go with what you know.
Yeah, I have. I do have in mind like a Darth Vader, like a Darth Leia, like if Leia were to join the dark side costume that I've been playing around with, and I have basically made. I just have to wear it somewhere, which will probably be Halloween, when just so I can wear it.
That's awesome.
Or to the grocery store,
So that answers my next question. I would say, what kind of cosplay characters would you like? What is, if you could do any cosplay and you had the time and the money and the effort, what cosplay would you want to do?
Oh, I don't. There's a lot. There's a lot. The Star Wars universe is huge. I want to do a Darth Talon. It's a kind of an expanded universe character.
Mm-hmm.
She's a Sith Lord, but I'd like to do her one day. Or I don't even know. I have to think now. I have to think. A lot of Tales series characters I like. I did the Shina Fujibayashi one. I would not be opposed to revisiting some of the other characters in the earlier games. I don't know. There's a lot of ideas.
Definitely.
A lot of ideas.
And Kira, do you have any upcoming cosplays that we can look forward to?
Yeah, well, I have 2 in mind, at least. So the one is, I don't know if you know Adventure Time.
Yes.
It's a cartoon. It's very funny, and every episode is very short, so you could just watch it. It's fun, and yes, I'm doing it for a kind of show. So we're a little group, and we wanted to make a show for a convention. And I'm going to do the Fiona there from the gender bender version.
Yeah.
The girl with blonde hair and the ears.
So you're gonna have another like group cosplay of Adventure Time.
Yes. So
okay. That's very cool. Well, I'm gonna look for those pictures because your Borderlands pictures were awesome with the whole group. So that was really cool. How many cosplay costumes have you done, Kira?
Well, if I just count the one that are more important, I'm at 36, I guess. Yes. Jack Wolf has 36 cosplay.
You have 36 cosplays right now?
Yes.
Wow, that's awesome. You've been busy.
I don't know. I'm not proud of
do you have a favorite cosplay? Is it Handsome Jack or is it something else?
Yeah, surprise, it's Handsome Jack. It's just I love him so much. And it's also very comfortable to wear on a convention. It's a perfect cosplay for a convention. It's just like wearing normal clothes.
Yes, that is a blessing. I wore a steampunk costume, which is a leather corset, and it's tight and you get suck it in, and yeah. So comfort is always like really nice when you can get it. So take note of that, Paige, when you're making costumes. Comfortable is good.
Yes.
Yeah, usually I'm always like, oh my god, my hair is on my clothes, and I have to sit on every detail. It's just
Yes, that's good though. Detail is important in cosplay. So, and with your cosplay, do you just like to do photo shoots, or do you only go to Comic Cons? Which ones do you like to do better? To show off your costume, I should say.
it's different. I would say to show off my costume, and photo shooting is way more, I don't know, better because you can. It's just you can work with the photographer and you have time, and it's just for that, so you are prepared and stuff like that. And a convention is more like getting social with other guys, I guess. Like you go there with your Naruto cosplay, and you get to know some other people that are wearing some of those. Yeah. So.
And how many conventions do you usually go to?
Well, that's different. For example, this year I only attended 3, and last year there were like 5 or 6. Yeah, it always depends on my mood and of course time and money also.
Yeah, of course. Now, does Germany have a lot of different like conventions for like Comic Cons and stuff like that, or not really? Not yet. Is it popular there?
Yeah, it's kind of popular. There are like 2 big or 3 big ones in a year, like the Konichi. I don't know. The Konichi in Kassel is, for example, a big one with thousands of cosplayer and fans of it. It's just awesome, yeah.
So that's the big one. Like the big one, here is the San Diego Comic Con every year. So that's the big mecca, big one. So that would be your big one in Germany, your big Comic Con there.
Yeah, but you couldn't compare it really with the Comic Con because the Comic Con is the Comic Con.
What about you, Paige? Do you attend a lot of like gaming cons or anything, or?
Yeah, where I'm at on the East Coast, I am close to Otakon, KatsuCon. There's now AwesomeCon that just came to DC. We have Philly Wizard World Comic Con, Too Many Games, RetroCon, New York Comic Con. I mean,
yeah, that just happened this past weekend.
Yeah, I wanted to go, but again, I need to be able to have time to go. But yeah, there's a lot of conventions near me, which is really awesome because they're all within like 2 hours. Like I don't have to really book a hotel if I don't want to, or I could just go down for the day if I can carve out the time. So it's pretty awesome. So we frequent that route.
How many have you gone to so far?
A lot. Actually, probably about 10 years ago, my fiance was the rave DJ for Otakon.
Oh.
So we've been going for some time now.
That's awesome. And how did you meet? Did you meet your fiance at a Comic-Con or?
No, I met him in a strip club.
Okay. Stripper or?
No, neither one of us was dancing. I happened to be there with a work group, and he was best friends. I worked at an auto parts store. I was the only girl. Like it was like an office outing. We brought the one kid out for his birthday, and one of my coworkers brought his friend, and that's how I met my fiance. So now I get to tell everybody like, oh yeah, I met him at a strip club. It's cool.
Awesome.
Yeah.
As long as you guys weren't dancing, which hey, if you got to pay the bills, you got to pay the bills. So
yeah,
no shame, but you should just make up a story one day and be like, yeah, so he was like dancing, and I was having excitement in Vegas. He was stripping for money, and you fell in love.
Yep. Somebody had stolen his wallet. He was just trying to get home.
And what about you, Kira? Is there anybody special in your life, or no? Because you're so busy playing music and drawing and cosplaying.
Being awesome, basically.
Yeah, being awesome, basically.
No, it's not like that. Sadly, it's not like that. No, I just didn't find someone yet, I guess. So.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it. Kira is single and ready to mingle. So, beautiful girl like that, I'm sure that you'll have lots of people on your page now being like, I love you. All right, so let's keep this rolling here. Let's see. Okay, Paige. So gaming is your big thing, and I see that you have your Facebook page. Would you like to explain a little bit about what that page is about and the name of it and all that?
The name of the page is Games, Gadgets, Girls, which I had wanted to change it, but Facebook won't let you change a page if you have more than 200 likes. They like punish you for having a name for yourself.
I know.
Like there's no rebranding.
Yeah.
But yet somehow G4 could have rebranded to Esquire with like no problems on Facebook. I don't understand it. But anyway, Games, Gadgets, Girls is pretty self-explanatory. It's run by me and my sister-in-law, Caitlin, but she's in college, so she doesn't really actually post anything to it these days. But it was really just something we started because I was flooding my personal Facebook page with like Star Wars stuff and game content stuff and stuff that like I have family and coworkers, and like I had like a couple of people like, boy, you really like Star Wars. Like I saw those Star Wars cats you posted. That's cool. And I'm like, yeah, maybe I should move this to a more Star Wars friendly audience. So I started the page, and it just kind of went from there. We just share, any kind of like internet memes or videos or what we're playing and get community feedback. But that led into me creating a Twitter account for the page, which I had never been on Twitter before May of this year. And now I am totally addicted. And I just recently hit the 2,000 follower mark, and I'm going strong.
Wow, that's great. I've been on Twitter forever, and I think I have like 48 followers.
I don't even know. Like, I went on there and like I discovered hashtags. I'm like, I wonder what retro gaming brings up. And it was this whole great community of people who wanted to listen to me talk about playing Ladybug on my ColecoVision.
Wow.
So
See, I never really understood the whole like Twitter thing, so I've been like Facebook and Instagram. Like I got those. Obviously, those are easy. But yeah, the Twitter thing to me, I'm still working on, still chugging slowly along on that one.
yeah, it didn't make sense to me at first, and then all of a sudden it was like, I don't want to deal with Facebook. I'm just gonna go ahead and just like send this to Twitter.
Yeah. Kira, do you have a Facebook or I'm sorry, Twitter account?
Yeah, I do have, but I'm also not using it really often.
You don't
So
use it
I'm-
that much either.
Nah, I use it more often for, I don't know, not really stalking people, but just to see what they write and do and stuff. And yeah, sometimes I write things myself, but I'm just kind of forgetting it because the more things I do on Tumblr or Facebook, so yeah.
Yeah, I'm still a creature of habit. So yeah, I'm still Facebooking and stuff. So it's just easier, and I know it better. So it's easier for me to just flood the market with that kind of stuff on Facebook. And now there's Google Plus and Flickr and just, I don't know. There's so much stuff. I can't keep up with it.
Vine, there's so many
Yes,
different
Vine,
things.
Keek.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pinterest. I love Pinterest. Don't get me wrong.
I'm going to be honest, I don't even know what Pinterest is. Like, I know what it is, but I don't use it.
It's Pinterest.
It's Pinterest.
All right, so you said you run your page with your sister-in-law. Is she a gamer as well?
She is. She's a little bit new to the game. She's 20, but she kind of grew up more watching her big brother play games, and then she got hooked on the Zelda series, like everybody should, and everybody does. So she's more into a lot more recent games, and she's very big right now into Minecraft. And what's the next one she's been playing? BioShock. She's been playing a lot of BioShock lately.
Yes.
So she's more into more contemporary games, I guess.
Yeah.
Whereas I'm still stuck in 1991.
So you would definitely be the bigger gamer out of the two girls, for sure.
Yeah. There's no doubt there. I mean, I blow Ian, my fiance, out of the water. Like he loves games, and when we met, he thought it was really, really cool. Like, oh my God, you love video games too. And now he's just like, you're spending so much time. Like, we'll get a Tales game and I'll sit there and I will hoard the PS3 for like 3 weeks. And he's like, come on, I want to play. And I'm like, you've got the Xbox. Like, go play some more Borderlands or play some of this or play some Death Smiles. You know, just like, give me some time here. So it's not all it's cracked up to be.
I was just gonna say, so do you think the fact that you game together, think you'll end up staying together, or will it cause you to go apart at this point?
Right now, no, we'll stay together. We've been together for almost a decade, and right now in our entertainment center, right next to me, we have 2 flat screen TVs, like side by side, and about 15 different consoles between the 2 of them hooked up. And then to my left, there's a couple of old tube TVs with retro consoles hooked up to them. So we know what we like, and we certainly have enough time and effort put into collecting what we like.
Oh my God, that's awesome. And just so everyone knows, it's on October 17th, it's National Triforce Day. So make sure you wear your Triforce on your wrist, or you wear it on your shirt.
Yes.
And for you Zelda fans out there. So October 17th, rep it. Kira, do you like Link at all? Are you a big fan of the Zelda series at all?
I have to say I never played Zelda. Sorry for that.
No, don't be sorry.
It's okay.
Well, we're here to educate you, so you need to go out and then play the game, and then you can come back on and you can talk about it.
Okay. No.
So I had this question asked to me, which I thought was really kind of funny. Since I have 2 girls with me here, I want to ask each of you. We'll start with you, Paige. Is there a video game character that you have a secret crush on? And is it? If you had no amazing fiance to be with, who would be the guy that you're like, I want him ripped out of the video game and in person and in my life? I love you. I will love you forever.
This is a hard one. I have to think about this one.
And we'll come back because I feel like I know
Yes.
what the answer's
Yes.
gonna be.
Give me. I think I know what hers is gonna be too. Give me a second. Let me narrow this down.
If there was any video game character ever, who do you have a secret crush on?
Well, I could say Jack, but that would be lame. No. If I had to live with Jack, he probably would kill me because he always does that just for, I don't know.
He does that on you.
I would pick up, I don't know, Garrus Vicarian, the Turian bad boy from Mass Effect, if you know him.
Yes. So he would be your second choice after Handsome Jack.
Yes, he would be more more easy to handle, I would say.
Very cool.
Just
All right, and for you, Paige, have you thought of one?
I have. I think. I'm still like sitting here filtering. I've never thought of video game characters as sexually attractive. Some of them are. Some of them have.
Like, damn, if he was a real person, he'd be fine. Or if she was a real girl, like, I wish I looked like her because.
Like, I can think of more video game women. Like, and I'm heterosexual. I have no problem. But like, there's more sexualized video game women than there are video game men. So I'm like sitting here like mentally going through. And I'm like, okay, no, I can't say Tira. That's not, I don't want to say Tira. I don't want to say Cammy, although Cammy is pretty awesome. But anyway, I'd probably say Regal Bryant from Tales of Symphonia 2.
Okay, very cool. So he is the man in your life if you had a choice.
Yeah, I mean, he's big, he's strong, he's rich. I mean,
there it is.
Yeah. And he's got like these weird powers with his hands. I mean, he accidentally killed his lover with them, but it's cool. We'll figure it out.
I mean, a man that's good with his hands, I mean,
right? I mean, we'll just have to focus the power in the correct locations and evenly distribute it. We'll work on it. I have theories.
Yeah, it was an interesting question that I got asked a long time ago, and I always found it to be funny. So now I kind of always ask that question because having played a lot of games myself, you know, it's true. Like, you only really see girls being sexualized in that way and very attractive. You know, they always make it very beautiful and based off some famous person or whatever. But My answer was Nathan Drake from Uncharted. I was like, yeah, he's like the male version of Lara Croft. He wears like that white tight shirt he's good with guns, and he can like climb buildings and stuff, and he's very sexy with the blue eyes, dark hair, dark and mysterious. So yeah, that's the one I picked. I thought that was very funny. So moving on from that, so we're gonna move on to Star Wars a little bit. Kira, are you a big fan of Star Wars?
Well, not a big fan, but I like it really much, yeah.
Yeah. Have you seen all of the movies that have come out now?
Yeah, I also have them, but yeah.
And are you a big fan of the older versions or the new versions that came out?
I guess I would say the older versions, because it's just like, I don't know, it's the good stuff, and the remakes are just like in the, I don't know, in the 4th episode, I guess, like their colors are wrong. Like red is, for example, like pink, and it's just so awkward to see, and I don't know.
Yeah,
it's the
Lucas
graphic
kind of broke on that one, but yeah. So which one, Kira? Who's your favorite Star Wars character?
Well, I like the best. I like the Stormtrooper guys, but there are so many. Does that count?
These aren't the droids you're looking for. You just go back to them, huh?
Yeah, I would take them all.
No, I like your answer because nobody ever says Stormtroopers. They always say like Darth Vader, they say Leia, Luke Skywalker. So that's a good answer. I like that you said Stormtroopers because they don't get enough love. So and Paige. So obviously, I think you're kind of a Star Wars fan, but I'm not
Just
sure.
a little bit. I mean, just a little bit. The wall of bobbleheads I'm staring at says otherwise.
Yeah,
But
yeah, I'm sure it's all your fiance's. It's not yours, right?
Actually, you know what? He doesn't. I mean, he likes Star Wars, but he's not. He doesn't like Star Wars like I like.
How is that ever gonna work?
I mean, he tolerates it and he like enjoys it, and like some of the stuff he's like, oh yeah, that's cool. But I can sit here and like talk about how exciting it is that I picked up this, the Dark Horse Star Wars comic and like read it 15 times, and he's just like, that's cool, honey. I saw the movies.
So, same question. Are you a fan of the older versions or the new versions?
Original trilogy is foremost in my head. That's the one I like the best. And if we really want to get specific, I want to say like original cut, original trilogy, like no special edition, Jabba the Hutt walking around none of that nonsense.
I like those either, because it doesn't match up to me. Like if the technology was still the same, then maybe it would have worked. But it's like grainy and obvious 70s into this like graphic fake 3 CGI thing, and you're like, that doesn't really quite work anymore. But thank you for trying.
Right. Like, I get it. I get wanting to go back and, now that Lucas has all the technology to, kind of make things better, to want to do that. And that's great. And I know people who love the special editions. I don't know. But I just want the original format, like, on something better than the Laserdisc copies I've been holding on to.
Oh my God, you brought back Laserdisc from the 90s.
I have them on Laserdisc because that's the highest quality, like, consumer version of the original cuts. And I like to listen to that, like, one celebration Yub Nub song at the end of Jedi. Like, it's not the end of Star Wars until you hear Yub Nub, okay?
I know, thank you. See, I was like, what is this? And then they had to superimpose Anakin at the end. I was like,
why? I was on a podcast a couple weeks ago and I had like a mini blow up about that one.
I know, I was like, let's not get started. Let's bring it back in, ladies. Let anger out. It's fine.
But
all right, so which movie, 4, 5, and 6, which one is your favorite? There's that word favorite again, but you got to choose. Go.
Empire Strikes Back.
Okay. And Kira, what about you? Did you like 4, 5, or 6 the best?
I would say 4. I guess yes, a 4.
You like the New Hope? The first one? that came out?
Yes. So that, yeah, I like it's. I don't know. It's just I like the music there really much, and there are scenes that are just I'm always getting goosebumps at it, and yeah, I love it the most.
It's Darth Vader, isn't it? He gives you the goosebumps, right?
You got me.
That's awesome. And why is Empire your favorite?
My favorite, let's see. First, it has a much better director than the other movies. Not to step on any toes, Mr. Lucas, but the director that handled Empire Strikes Back did a much better job. I like the storyline. It kind of brings everything to an apex. You see Luke go through an enormous amount of character transformation. I mean, you see him weak and kind of beaten down on Hoth to being empowered by Obi-Wan's, Force Ghost telling him to go to Dagobah, and he goes to Dagobah and he's working through all this frustration and anger, and then there's Yoda, and it's so exciting, and then he goes to Cloud City, and it's just exciting. And come on, Boba Fett.
No, Boba Fett struck it huge. Like, Boba Fett took off on his own, like, thing. Everyone loves Boba Fett. He should, like, be a spin-off. But they just ruined it, so.
Boba Fett. So.
Oh, that gives you goosebumps there, Mr. Boba Fett?
I like Boba Fett.
Would
I like Star Wars.
Be one of your top 5 favorite characters?
Oh yeah. Vader, Boba Fett. I'm actually a big fan of Emperor Palpatine. I like the dark side.
Very cool. Yes, I dressed as I have it on my Facebook page. I couldn't tell you where, but I did a photo shoot of the Vaders. And so there is someone fully dressed as Darth Vader on the couch, and then I am dressed as like a womanly Vader with like a little skirt on, and then I have my dog in costume as Vader, and we just are all like sitting there like picture, like kind of almost.
That's awesome, like a family picture.
Photo. Yeah, it's like awkward family photo picture, and it's just us like, yay, the Vaders, and we're sitting on the couch, and my dog is kind of looking up at me with like this Darth Vader costume on. She didn't look at the camera, but yeah, so I like the dark side. Kira, do you think you'd be dark side, or would you be Jedi? Sith or Jedi? Which one? Good or bad? Good versus evil?
I have to say I would be good. I'm lame, I know.
But lame, we need good to balance evil, so.
Yeah, even though the bad ones are mostly the hotter ones. but yeah, I would like to be the good one.
No, okay, there's Han Solo. Han Solo's good, and he's eye candy for, he's a good looking guy too, so don't worry.
Well, but Han Solo and Boba Fett, I would choose Boba Fett, so whatever.
Boba Fett's a bounty hunter. At the end of the day, he's more of a mercenary than a bad guy. He just happened to be hired by the Empire.
Yeah, I mean, he's like, guys, I don't care. Just pay me. Here's what you want. I gave it to you. I want my money. He doesn't care.
No, he doesn't care.
And you said you collect Paige Star Wars memorabilia. So what is the most epic thing that means the most to you, that you have been waiting for and you have it in your possession and you're like, oh my god, I can't believe I have this?
I don't know if it's something I've been waiting for. I have a lot of my childhood collection intact. I have a lot of Kenner originals. I have a Millennium Falcon still in the box. Kenner Millennium Falcon from when I was a kid. I mean, I played with it, but it's intact. It's in very minty condition. The box is like a little banged up. It's been moved over the course of the past like 30 years, but it's that's probably my most prized possession. My most fun possession is my Tauntaun sleeping bag. It's got a little lightsaber zipper, and you open it up, and there's like little Tauntaun guts drawn on the inside, and it is awesomely warm. And it actually doesn't smell bad on the outside.
It has the guts on the inside when you open the sleeping bag.
It's so great. It's like right behind me right now, but I sleep with it pretty often, or like if I'm sick, I'll like drag it out onto the couch and like curl up in play
yeah,
video.
in Philly, it's pretty cold, so you know you would need the extra warmth in the house.
Exactly.
Very nice. And Kira, since we're on the subject of favorites again, do you, besides your handsome Jack, like I said, I've seen a couple of your other cosplay photos. Which one do you think, besides the handsome Jack, do you really like? Like one that you feature and you talk about?
Yeah, I really like my Grimjaw, I have to say. I don't know if you know Bleach or something. Yeah, where he has blue hair and it's very naked, but he's a guy. Yeah, I like that one because, yeah, I love the character of him, and I was just so excited to cosplay him, and it worked out very well, so I'm kind of proud of it. I like it. But I also like my Steve the Bandit cosplay from Borderlands as well.
Yeah.
It's with a
So
guest.
do you like to cosplay more as like male characters then?
Yeah, I do both, but generally I'm doing the guys. It's like if I'm cosplaying with groups, they always say, "Yeah, make this character, make this." It's always a guy. I don't know.
It's just you prefer to like crossplay, basically.
Yeah, well, I guess it's because of my face. I don't have a very cute face because it's just long, and I don't know.
That's nonsense. That's nonsense. You look beautiful to me, so you've got beautiful blonde hair and you got a beautiful face, and I've seen your other cosplay that's female and you look great. So don't be so hard on yourself.
Oh, I just want, yeah.
And would you cosplay any Star Wars characters? Like, do you have one in the works? Would you do Boba Fett or Emperor Palpatine or something?
Yeah, well, I would have if I had to do a character of it, I would
You could do a stormtrooper.
Yeah,
You like stormtroopers. You could do stormtroopers.
Yeah, Stormtrooper would be nice. I like them. But I want to have a laser sword.
Very
Alright.
cool. All right, well, we have 5 minutes left. So Kira, please tell our audience where they can find you and follow you. Tell us everything where we can go and find your stuff. So go.
Yeah, well, if you want to follow me, you can go anywhere you like, of course. Like, I am on Twitter and Tumblr and DeviantArt. My name is almost every single time related with Kirameku, so it's not really hard to find, but maybe I can link it or something like that.
Yeah, we link it for you. So it would be at Kirameku on your Twitter account, and your DeviantArt is Kirameku as well.
Yeah, with the 15, I just added because it was given. That's the only reason I had to add, I think. Yeah, but the most simple way, of course, would be Facebook, because you just have to go there and type in Kirameku, and well, there pops up the avatar of the Handsome Jack cosplay, and you know that's me.
Everyone, please go check out her Handsome Jack cosplay because it is so epic and probably the best one I've seen out there. Like, I've seen a few other people do it, but yours is so good and so detailed. Did you do the makeup yourself on the Handsome Jack? Because that was pretty cool, because one of the main parts of him is it looks like he's wearing a face over something, over his own. So, and you did the makeup so it looks like it's pinned just like the video game. Did you do that yourself?
Yeah, I did it myself. Or it took me quite a while because I wanted it to make good, and I have a kind of shaky hand when it comes to the left side. And yeah. But I was glad I didn't have college or anything after the convention, because I used, for the black stripes and so on, I used a marker.
Oh my.
Kind of adding, it's a Copic marker. Yeah, and it was kind of, it was not so easy to get it away from my face. So. But whatever.
Well, you did an epic job on that. So everyone, please go check her out. Kirameku, it's spelled Kirameku, and it means to sparkle in Japanese. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
And everybody, please give her major props because she is live from us, with us from Germany. So it's like, what, almost 3 o'clock in the morning there now, right?
Yep.
So thank you so much for doing this because I know you're very tired. So everyone give her props, go like her Facebook page, follow her on Twitter, DeviantArt, all that stuff, show her some love, tell her who sent you. And of course, we can't forget the very beautiful Paige Belmont. Thank you so much for being here with us tonight. And tell everybody where they can follow you, find you, stalk you, all that good stuff?
Well, I'm most prevalent on Twitter right now. My Twitter handle is @GameGadgetGirl. Oh no, cat, you have to go down. Sorry. Just like a cat, always in the way. So Twitter is @GameGadgetGirl. Facebook, I have the public page, which is Games Gadgets Girls, facebook.com/GamesGadgetsGirls, or my personal Facebook, which is /Paige Belmont. So I am available on all of those platforms.
And you're okay with people friending you on a personal page, just because I know.
Yep.
Okay. Well, there you have it. 2 beautiful ladies, 1 gamer, 1 cosplayer. Everybody wins because they're awesome and epic in every single way. This is Fan Fanatic, guys. Thank you so much for joining. This is my first show. I did it. I made it. These ladies were awesome, and they helped me out. Yay! I can hear the virtual applause now. Well, again, thank you so much, ladies, for being here with us. I really appreciate you taking the time out to answer questions, be silly, talk about what you love. So thank you so much for being here. My name is Jennifer Kairis, and you can find me on my Facebook page, Jennifer Kairis Cosplay, or on Twitter as the Elven Huntress. Yeah, I have lots of stuff. So I also have a website, jenniferkairis.com, and don't forget, you can find me here on this channel with Grievance Global. 7 p.m. Central Time. Fan Fanatic is the name of the show, and we have lots of cosplayers, gamers, cool stuff coming up. So please tune in again next week. All right.